Welcome back to Team Sonic Racing. In this part we're going into the last of the Grand Prix. So we have Grand Prix 5 with Clockwork Pyramid, Haunted Castle, Wisp Circuit again, and Sky Road again. And I'm going to play as Eggman here, just because I feel like the first couple of tracks in particular are quite fitting for him. But yes, you did notice that we have a couple of repeats here. And this is another one of my problems with this game, because not only do we have repeats in this particular Grand Prix, but there's also some tracks that don't show up in a Grand Prix at all. So that will mean that we will have a bonus part, by the way. I will be showing off the 3 tracks that don't show up at all in a Grand Prix, so I'm not going to miss anything out here. But the way you get those extra tracks, you have to unlock them through the story, which, I mean, it makes sense given they are like the final area from the story. But as someone who likes to play through the Grand Prix more with racing games, that's how I've always played racing games, whether that's Mario Kart, like the All-Stars racing games, or whether that be like Crash Team Racing or whatever. Like, no matter how great a story mode is, I like to just sit back and race through the tracks. And so to have to go through the story mode just to see them, I get having a story mode. Like, story mode, it's okay for what it is. It's nothing to write home about, but you know, as far as racing game story modes go, it's okay. Aside from the bullshit AI that I complained about. But, you know, if I'm just playing through GPs, I think it's a reasonable expectation to be able to see all the courses. You can skip through the like rough floors with the technique type characters, but you can't go through the burning hots like Steam sections. Lesson learned. But yeah, I quite like this particular track, but I will say the next one is one of my absolute favourites. This is the like 3rd Sandopolis edit. As you can obviously tell, it's using the whole sand theme. But the one that comes after this is an absolute babe of a track in terms of just the visuals and the music. And I'm jumping the gun by getting really excited about it, but trust me, if you haven't seen this game yet, if you're watching this for the first time, you'll see what I mean when we get to it. This track's plenty of fun in its own right. It's got the cool gear kind of things, which I don't think we've seen that in any of Eggman's sand base areas. Like, we've had it in Eggman bases before. Like, there were some like cog sections in Final Egg in SA1, and there's probably a few others that I'm not thinking of, maybe from the classic games and that. I don't remember that particular motif from like, say, Sandopolis or any of these Sandopolis variants. I haven't been this way before, so let's see how it goes. Oh, it is just a basic shortcut. Like, I saw characters going off on that a few times, and I thought, like, okay, is this like some thing that I want to be a power type character for? Is there going to be a thing at the end? Like, no, it's not. I just realised that. Huh. Maybe I should practice a bit more before I go into recording LP. But saying that, I've played all of these tracks several times now. I've played through the story mode, at least the stuff that's mandatory to get all the tracks unlocked. I played through all the Grand Prix. Like, the first thing I did when I booted up with the game was play through all the Grand Prix, just to get a feel for everything. Then I played the story. Then I did all the Team Grand Prix for FC playthroughs. Then a little while later, I went back to it to do the standard Grand Prix, just because I realised that people seem to like these Sonic racing game videos, so I'll do some more of them. So I did all that, and I also did a separate video on there just showing off the bonus tracks, which I'll do on this channel as well. So I've played a fair bit of this game at this point. I did try playing online a little bit, but I got into, like, I had a few tech issues which a lot of people have been having the first time I tried. And the second time I went online, I got partnered up against people who were absolute dog shit at the game. Which, I mean, like, I'm not great at this. Like, I'm winning here because I'm playing against CPUs. But usually when I play racing games like, say, Mario Kart and whatnot online, I get completely obliterated, but I got put against like a whole bunch of people who were terrible. And then I went into another team and I got the same thing again. And I thought I'll come back to this later, maybe give people a chance to get good. And then I just never thought of it. So I should probably go back to that at some point. We'll see. But here we go, Haunted Castle coming right up. So this is your more gothic themed course. And it really goes well with the music that we're going to hear shortly. I wish I could have got a cooler boost start, but I didn't. But like right off the bat, look at this. We got the fucking like cloudy thing that we're driving along, sort of like certain sections of I want to say the Mystic Mansion, Hang Castle areas from Heroes. But you know, we got the clock theme. This is based actually. I know it looks a bit Sandopolis-y. This is using the assets from Rooftop Run. But like, listen to them fucking violins. I will say, I did listen to basically the entire soundtrack when it first leaked. It was a few days early that I think someone found a version of the Switch copy. A copy of Switch version even, if I could talk. And they data mined it and got all the music out. Which I'm grateful they did, because like I just had a fun day of just like listening to all the songs, and this was one that stood out to me just because I went into it and like the soft piano at the start, I just thought, oh, okay, this is cool, and then the violin hit, and it was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. There were a couple of songs on the soundtrack that got me like that. And this is like the main one that I think of, because this, I don't know whether this is original or whether this is another Sonic Runners remix, because there are a couple of Sonic Runners remixes around, but I never played that, so I don't have the songs committed to memory. But like, listen to this, like the guitar riff complementing the violins. God, it's so fucking like incredible. I'm a sucker for great music in games, especially racing games, when this is when you want the hype. You're just going fast, you've got Eggman just doing his little jig as he gets fucking hit by lightning. The lightning's as annoying here as it is in Mario Kart. I can't even be mad when I've got this music playing. Alright. They're in second now, fourth or third. He's jumped straight back up. The old Chow is like jumping around all over the place, so I think he could maybe do with some extra items to help keep him in check. Oh yeah, because I'm all around, like I was dodging that on the first lap, because it's just like force of habit to dodge that, but now I can just drive straight along the whatever the fuck that goo shit's meant to be without any concerns in the world. Yeah, for a sped up version of the Super Badass theme. Because yeah, this does do the Mario Kart thing of on the third lap you get a sped up version of the theme tune for the level, which is yet another thing that I am so fucking happy about. I know I'm gushing. I will forever be gushing over Jinsonoi's Sonic soundtracks. They're so good. So much so that I lose complete track of where I'm going and go flying into the abyss, but it's okay because I'm still first. Yeah, for all the complaints I can bring up about this game, how it's a little bit rough around the edges, you get frame drops from time to time, occasionally get some visual quirks. I can never diss this music. So there was this song that completely blew me away, and the other one which I don't think I brought up because I was preoccupied about other stuff, but the Cool Edge song. It's a remix of Cool Edge, but they added in parts of Reach for the Stars. and I love it when Sonic soundtracks do that, particularly like these ones that are throwbacks to other things, because it's a way of keeping that familiarity yet still making it a fresh experience. And Sonic Generations did that a little bit as well, like with the Cash version of Escape from the City, where they put in a little bit of Endless Mine into it, and people clocked onto that straight away. But you know, it just works so well there. And obviously, I mentioned it earlier, we had the You Can Do Anything remix, Sonic You Can Do Anything, with a bit of Supersonic Racing showing up. It's just like a little bit of character added onto songs that are already really exciting, and for a big crossover, well, this isn't a crossover, but for a big like fan service game like this is going for, if it gets me tingling in excitement from songs I recognise, from like locales that I recognise, you're doing the job well. Let's use the Ghost. The Ghost is one that I don't think I've shown off in this playthrough yet, but essentially it lets you go through things. Unfortunately, you can't pick up item boxes when you're in it, but you can steal items if you drive through the other characters and they happen to be holding something, so you can kind of steal it. Like, I believe that's kind of how the Boo item works in Mario Kart 64. Can't remember if Boo came back. I think Boo may have came back in Wii as well. 64 is the most recent one I played in that admittedly disastrous live stream of Mario Kart 64 during the Retrothon. I will say I was very happy with a lot of my runs during the Retrothon, but Mario Kart 64 was not one of them. Mario Kart 64 was one where I was a little bit fucking... like, it was the last day, and I was knackered, and I just played Sonic Drift 1 and 2, which I like how those runs came out, but by the time I got to 64, you know, I was just out of it, and I was having a bit of trouble with adapting to the completely different control style to the game I'd just been playing, and I also had a bit of a tech issue, like in terms of the audio as well, which threw me off. So I would say, if you watch that playthrough either on the channel or live or on HFC when it went up over there, and you were a bit disappointed by that run, I do apologise. I should have done better. And I don't know what Mario Kart game I'm going to do next on the channel. It will be a little while now, given I'm doing this game and they're similar kinds of games, obviously. But 64 isn't out of the running, because I kind of want to do a bit of a redemption run from that, even if it's a kind of post-commentary kind of deal, so I haven't got to worry about getting live gameplay down as well. You know, one of the things that I don't like doing is I feel like if a game's well made, or at least has some merit to it, but it looks bad because I'm playing it badly, I don't really think that's fair to the game. So occasionally I do like to go back to things like that, like I did with Generations, like I did with... what else have I done that with? I know I've done something else. Double Dash, like I did with Double Dash. And like I'm probably going to do with 64 at some point. But that was a shit show of a run, and I can't blame that on anyone other than me not paying attention. Let's see where I'm in the running. I need to do better in the next race. And yeah, if some of those load screens have been a bit bare, it's usually because I'm just refreshing my throat. I like to just keep a glass of water by my side for the downtime in these parts, because otherwise my throat goes really dry and I start to sound like really scratchy, and nobody likes that. I'm trying to think, like, there's not really many other games I can think that I necessarily want to redo. Like, I feel like I've done all the ones that needed redoing badly, like from back in the day when I was still making really shitty LPs. I did Wily Wars a bit better, so I'm not too worried about the old Mega Man ones. Like, I might do Mega Man 4 at some point, and maybe 7. Like, 5 and 6 were both okay playthroughs, but 4 and 7 I think were the weaker ones of the classic Mega Man playthroughs on FlameHisWorld. But then, by the same token, I would probably feel comfortable just going straight onto 8 at this point, because you know, like, everyone's done fucking classic Mega Man, so it's not the end of the world if I've got, like, maybe skipping over a couple. Like, I feel there was a point in time, and I can pinpoint when it was, at the point where I finally started making content that I'm not necessarily think is amazing, because like I'm not that up my own arse, but like there's a point where I started making content that I'm happy with now, and I'd say that's probably around Beyond Two Souls. Like when I did the Beyond Two Souls playthrough, that was such a departure from everything I'd done up to that point, and it was a lot more focused. There was a lot less off-topic bullshit like what I'm doing now. I know, but this is a repeat track, so sue me. Like, that was around the point where I started feeling like, you know, I'm actually okay with how this came out. Like, granted, the audio balancing could have been better. I'm so fucking loud in that playthrough compared to the game. I was using my shitty old Blue Yeti then as well, so, you know, the audio wasn't the best, but it's listenable, at least. So it's got that to its credit. But I just feel like that playthrough onwards I'm a lot more proud of. There's been a couple of stinkers since then. I wasn't that fond on the Sonic 1 playthrough. And there's been some others that I was, you know, it does the job, I guess. But, you know, I'm happier about making stuff on the whole these days. I feel like I'm at least a bit proud in the right areas with these playthroughs. And like, I know I'm just sucking myself off at this point, but like, I kind of need this as someone who's very insecure about how I put myself out there. I do occasionally need to just look back at what I'm happy about, what I'm not so happy about, and just be able to convince myself that I'm not a complete failure of a human being and content creator and whatnot. But again, you know, like, I do kind of get quite invested in making content for me, and it is a bit of a selfish production cycle, but, you know, I am also open to feedback. If you like how I do things, if you don't like how I do things, if you wish I'd do certain things a bit better, even if it's just like a preference thing, like if you'd rather I be doing more stuff live or more stuff in post, or cover more different kinds of games or whatnot, like, you know, welcome to leave a comment. I don't like begging for comments that much, because it feels like a very hack job YouTuber thing to do, you know, the please like, comment, subscribe, you know, like, I would probably fucking neck myself before I ever did any of that shit. I hate it, but, you know, like, if anyone wants to give me some feedback and shit, I am more than happy to listen to it. Like, even if that comment is, you suck, fuck off, you know, like, you're still welcome to do that. I ain't gonna ban anyone. I ain't gonna censor any comments like some people do. Although, obviously, from a creation standpoint, constructive feedback is more useful. But again, you know, you don't have to be constructive. If you want to just tell me to fuck off, you can do that as well. And what I will do, given those were repeat tracks, I am going to do a bonus part which will show off the final tracks, the optional ones. But let's see, did I manage to save myself? I'm not sure if I did, given how shit Silver did there. Don't let me down, Silver. Yeah, I made it. Like, that could have gone worse. Like, I reckon if the Chow had got to like maybe 7th or 8th, then that could have hurt me a bit more, maybe. But yeah, I'm content with that. I won overall. Like, I can't really complain. But, ladies and gentlemen, join me next time for the final part of the Team Sonic Racing commentary, where I'll be showing off the bonus tracks. See you then.